Giridharadhari. Gopi Janavallabha Giridharadhari. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janavallabha Giridharadhari. Gopi Janavallabha Giridharadhari. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Astutar Sutta Sri Srimad. His Divine Grace by Charna Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Hamsa Parivrajika Charja Astatarishata Sri Srimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Nama Charja Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki Jai. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Govardhana ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the Samul devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the Samul devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the Samul devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru, Shri Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pachane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschadeshtane. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Praishu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 22, chapters entitled The Marriage of Kardama Muni and Devahuti. Today we're reading text number 20. Please repeat after me. Yato bhavad vishvam idam vichitram. Yato bhavad vishvam idam vichitram. Samstasyate yatra chavashtakishte. Samstasyate yatra chavavatishte. Prajapatinam patir eshamayam. Prajapatinam patir eshamayam. Param pramanam Bhagavan Anantaha. Param pramanam Bhagavan Anantaha. Yato bhavad vishvam idam vachitram. Samstasyate yatra chavavatishte. Tishtate Prajapatinam patir eshamayam. Param Pramanam Bhagavan Anantaha Yato Bhavad Vishvam Idam Vachitram Samstasyate Yatra Chavavatishtate Prajapatinam Patirishamayam Param Pramanam Bhagavan Anantaha. Please chant. Yato Bhavad Vishwamidam Vachitram Samstasyate Yatra Bhavatishtate Prajapatinam Patirishamayam Param Pramanam Bhagavan Anantaha. Samstasyate yatra chabhavatishtate Prajapatinam patireshamayam Aham pramanam bhagavan anantaha. Yato bhavad vishwamidam vichitram Samstasyate yatra chabhavatishtate Prajapatinam patireshamayam Param pramanam bhagavan anantaha. Yato bhavad vishwamidam vichitram Samstasyate yatra chabhavatishtate Prajapatinam patireshamayam Param pramanam Yataha, from whom Abhavat emanated, Vishvam, creation, Idam, this, Vichitram, wonderful, Samstasyate, will dissolve, Yatra, in whom, Cha, and, Va, or, Avatishtate, presently exists, Praja, Pati, Nam, of the Prajapatis, Patihi, the Lord, Eshaha, this, Mayam, to me, Param, highest, Pramanam, authority, Bhagavan, Supreme Lord, Anantaha, unlimited. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charnaravinda, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: the highest authority for me is the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom this wonderful creation emanates and in whom its sustenance and dissolution rest. He is the origin of all Prajapatis, the personalities meant to produce living entities in this world. Please repeat after me. The highest authority for me is the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom this wonderful creation emanates, and in whom its sustenance and dissolution rest. He is the origin of all Prajapatis, the personalities meant to produce living entities in this world. Purport. Kardama Muni was ordered by his father, Prajapati, to produce children. In the beginning of creation, the Prajapatis were meant to produce the large population which was to reside in the planets of the gigantic universe. But Kardama Muni said that although his father was Prajapati, who desired him to produce children, actually his origin was the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, because Vishnu is the origin of everything. He's the actual creator of this universe. He's the actual maintainer, and when everything is annihilated, it rests in him only. That is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam. For creation, maintenance, and annihilation, there are the three deities, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar, Shiva. Where Brahma and Maheshwar are qualitative expansions of Vishnu. Vishnu is a central figure. Vishnu therefore takes charge of maintenance. No one can maintain the whole creation but he. There are innumerable entities and they have innumerable demands, but no one but Vishnu can fulfill the innumerable demands of all the innumerable living entities. Brahma is ordered to create, and Shiva is ordered to annihilate. The middle function, maintenance, is taken charge of by Vishnu. Kardama Muni knew very well, by his power and progressive spiritual life, that Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, was his worshipable deity. Whatever Vishnu desired was his duty and nothing else. He was not prepared to beget a number of children. He would beget only one child who would help the mission of Vishnu. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, whenever there is discrepancy in the discharge of religious principles, the Lord descends on the surface of the earth to protect religious principles and to annihilate the miscreants. Marrying and begetting a child is considered to liquidate one's debts to the family in which one is born. There are many debts which are imposed upon a child just after his birth. There are debts to the family in which one is born, debts to the demigods, debts to the pitas, debts to the rishis, etc. But if someone engages only in the service of the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, who is actually worshipable, then even without trying to liquidate other debts, one becomes free from all obligations. Kardama Muni preferred to devote his life as a servant of the Lord in Paramahamsa knowledge and to beget a child only for that purpose, not to beget numberless children to fill up the vacancies in the universe. Yato bhavad vishvam idam vichitram samstasyate yatra chavavatishttate prajapati nam putir eshamayam param pramanam bhagavan anantaha. Om Jnana Tramandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Vidati Svapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Vancha Kalpatubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So very happy to be here this morning in Sri Radha Govardhana Dari Mandir with so many wonderful devotees. Thank you all for coming for Srimad Bhagavatam class. And before I begin to speak, I seek the blessings of all the devotees present today, especially our GBC, His Holiness Ramai Swami Maharaj, and seeking blessings of all the devotees present. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So, in today's verse, we're hearing about how Kardama Muni is explaining that he only wants to have one child, despite the instruction of his father to have many children, because he feels that this is the instruction of his supreme authority, the supreme personality of Godhead, Vishnu. So it's very interesting. One time it's explained in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, I believe it's chapter 89, that there were a number of sages on the bank of the holy river, I believe it was the Saraswati, and they're conducting a yajna. And they want to know who to offer the oblations to. Should it be Brahma or Vishnu or Shiva? They're wondering who is the greatest, who should we offer our oblations in the sacrifice? They were getting ready for the swaha, 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 and they were like, fire is going, ghee is ready, who to offer the oblations to? So they send one of their most respected members, Bhrigu Muni, you go and find out who is the greatest of the three, Brahma, Vishnu, or Mahesh, Shiva. So first, Bhrigu Muni, he goes to meet Lord Brahma, his father. And when he comes before his father, he doesn't offer obeisances, he doesn't offer words of praise, he's just silent. So Brahma, he starts to get angry. I raised you to be a nice brahmana, to offer respects to others. He's thinking this, and you're not offering any respect to me, and his anger starts to come up. But then he controls his anger just like water can control fire. So it gets a bit extinguished. He cools down. And Bhrigu leaves the place. Next, he's thinking, Lord Brahma, he's getting angry, he's subject to Rajagun, maybe he's not the topmost. Then Bhrigu goes to Kailash, Mount Kailash, where Lord Shiva resides. Lord Shiva sees Bhrigu coming, his brother, oh my brother. He goes to embrace him, and Bhrigu just insults him. Oh, you're just a despicable heretic. Don't embrace me. Shiva gets really angry, picks up his trishud, his trident, and he's going to kill Bhrigu. And then Parvati Devi, she falls at Lord Shiva's feet and she says, please spare him. And Shiva's anger is subsided. And then Bhrigu thinks, yeah, even Shiva, he's getting angry, subjected to the modes of material nature. Then Bhrigu goes to Vaikuntha and he sees Lord Vishnu is sleeping. He's sleeping on the lap of Lakshmi Devi. And Bhrigu comes in, and Bhrigu kicks him right in the chest a few times. First softly, but then a really good kick. And then Vishnu wakes up. And Vishnu says, "Oh, great Brahmana, you have come. I hope that your foot is not damaged by my hard chest. Please have a seat on this soft chair." And Vishnu stood up in order to offer him respects. And then Vishnu said, "My chest is now the permanent abode of Lakshmi Devi, because my chest has been sanctified by your lotus foot. And wherever your lotus feet tread are veritably the holy abode of all the holy places, and therefore Lakshmi Devi will always reside on my chest." So hearing these sweet words from the mouth of Lord Vishnu, even after having been physically assaulted by kicking, tears began to flow from the eyes of Bhrigu, and he could understand that Lord Vishnu is beyond the modes of material nature. He did not get angry. And therefore he could understand that Lord Vishnu is the topmost amongst Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Shri Vishnu Bhagavan Ki Jai. So this is the same realization that is being come to today by Kardama Muni, that we have many great personalities in the universe, like Brahma and Mahesh, and also his father Brahma and Swayambhuva Manu, and there are so many wonderful personalities in the universe. And sometimes different great personalities, great authorities may give us different instructions, but we have to follow the instruction of the highest authority. In the verse today, we're hearing how Swayambhuva Manu has been coming to Kardama Muni to offer his daughter in marriage. And Kardama Muni had been praying for a qualified girl to marry. So Swayambhuva Manu says, "She's here, she's right in front of you. She has all good qualities. She's a wonderful personality. Please accept her. And I'm offering her to you. And if you don't accept her, then you may have to go beg for someone else for their daughter, and they may not treat you so nicely." And she's so qualified. And Kardama Muni is saying, "Yes, this is a great opportunity. She's here, and she's so beautiful. She's so beautiful that the Gandharvas, having darshan of her, seeing her playing on the palace roof with a ball, the great Gandharva, what was his name? Vishwavasu. The Gandharva Vishwavasu was seeing her playing with a ball, and because she was so beautiful, he fell out of his airplane. So that's really stunningly beautiful. And Gandharvas, they see a lot of beautiful ladies, apsaras, and all kinds of personalities. It reminds me when, from the temple of Amba Devi, Krishna had come to kidnap Rukmini. And when she came out of the temple, all the kings like Shishupal and his friends, they all fell off their elephants because she was so beautiful. Yeah, wow. So be careful. Don't ride on anything high, okay? Better to walk. So she's so qualified. She's so beautiful. Everything is wonderful. It looks like the negotiations for the marriage are taking place and everything's going to be finalized. And now in today's verse, we're hearing about a condition. Kardama Muni has a condition. I believe it came up in yesterday's verse. Yes. In yesterday's verse, text 19, Kardama Muni says, "Therefore I shall accept this chaste girl as my wife." He's saying, yes, I will accept her. On the condition, he gives a condition, that she bears semen from my body. After she bears semen from my body, I shall accept the life of devotional service accepted by the most perfect human beings. It's talking about Paramahamsa life. That process was described by Lord Vishnu. It is free from envy. So after she bears semen from his body, after one child, he wants to take sannyas. So this is his condition. And today he gives the reason for that. He says, Yato bhavad vishvam idam vachitram. He says, the highest authority for me is the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the highest authority is the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom everything has come from him, sustenance, dissolution, everything. He's the origin of all Prajapatis, the personalities meant to produce living entities in the world. So his father had given him the instruction, produce many children. But he says, I have a higher authority, Supreme Personality of Godhead. I will produce one child, and then I will take sannyas. I will leave. So this is amazing. And in the purport today, Srila Prabhupada speaks about how Lord Vishnu is the greatest. He says in the purport, I'll just read, that there are innumerable entities and they have innumerable demands. No one but Vishnu can fulfill the innumerable demands of all the innumerable living entities. So this is a verse from, I believe, Katha Upanishad. Nityo nityanam chaitanas chaitananam eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. That there's nityo nityanam. There's unlimited nityas, eternal living entities, souls. The souls are eternal. And out of all the souls, there's a super soul, the supreme soul, who is the supreme eternal. Nityo nityanam, chaitanas chaitananam. That there are unlimited conscious beings, the conscious jivas, the conscious souls. And out of all the unlimited conscious souls, there's one supreme conscious soul, the super soul. Nityo nityanam chaitanas chaitananam eko bahun. Eko means one. There's one of these personalities, yo vidadati kaman, who fulfill the desires and the needs of all the other living entities. So this is Vishnu. We're jivas, we're limited souls, and Vishnu is the supreme soul. So then Srila Prabhupada continues the purport by saying, whatever Vishnu desired was his duty and nothing else. So Kardama Muni is surrendered to Vishnu. His father gave him another instruction, have many children, just like Brahma told the 4 Kumaras, have many children. And how many children did the 4 Kumaras have? None. They didn't have any. So Brahma got a little bit disturbed, but they were following the supreme authority. And Kardama Muni is following in their footsteps. He's compromising. He's having one child. One is better than none. Or I should say one is more than none, not necessarily better. The four Kumars also did quite well for themselves and for all of us. So it's interesting, the topic of the Supreme Authority. We get instructions from many different personalities, but ultimately we should follow the Supreme Authority. Just like as brahmacharis or brahmacharinis, we have our authority in the temple. That might be a temple commander in some temples. I don't know if we have a temple commander in this temple. We have temple president, he's an authority. We have the GBC, he's an authority. We have, maybe our mother might give us a phone call. That's an authority. And then we have the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we have also Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru is also an authority. So sometimes it's a tough balancing act. How to balance all of these authorities? Who is the Supreme Authority? So our esteemed governing body commission has given us a paper called Parallel Lines of Authority, Balancing Authority in ISKCON. So the gist of this paper is that there should be a cooperative effort. It should be a balance between the temple authorities, the Diksha Guru, the GBC, and all of the authorities should serve together to support and encourage the spiritual growth and facilitate the service of the different individuals. So Srila Prabhupada concludes the purport by sharing that marrying and begetting a child is considered to liquidate one's debts to the family in which one is born. There are many debts that we have. We're indebted to the demigods. The demigods are giving us air and fire and light, and our mother and father are doing so much to facilitate us. What to speak of the other relations, our aunts, our uncles, our grandfather, grandmother. Debts to the rishis who have given us knowledge. We have a great debt to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada has given us this wonderful knowledge, as well as Veda Vyas and all the different personalities who have helped us come to the path of Krishna consciousness, and even to have a human form of birth. We're so much in debt. But there's a beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam that explains, if one completely surrenders to Krishna, then all of our debts are liquidated. So therefore, we should practice this most important verse of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text number 66. Please repeat after me. Sarva dharman parityajya, sarva Mamikam sharanam vraja, aham tvam sarva papebhyo, mokshayishami ma suchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So I'd like to conclude here. And just by restating the verse, Kardama Muni is explaining to Swayambhuva Manu that the highest authority for me is the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom this wonderful creation emanates, and in whom its sustenance and dissolution rest. He's the origin of all Prajapatis, the personalities meant to produce living entities in the world. So he's justifying why he only wants to have one child. And tomorrow we'll hear the continuation. Tomorrow we'll hear how Kardama, he rests his case, he's silent, and then day after tomorrow, we hear the good news. The emperor most gladly gave his daughter to the sage. Haribol. So all's well that ends well. And yes, Prabhu. Can you wait for the microphone, please?
It's like it seems as if Prabhupada's looking at the verse from different perspectives, because we know down the track a little bit, Devahuti gives birth to 8 daughters before Kapila Deva arrives. So it's a bit hard to understand what Prabhupada's getting at there.
Yeah, so can you be specific which statement of Prabhupada you're referring to?
As he's saying, he only wants to have one child,
Yeah.
but actually he has 8 daughters first.
Acha? Yeah. What happens to the daughters?
He carefully and lovingly gives them all, and Devahuti gives birth to them all in one day, I think, also.
In one shot.
In one day, yeah. But so they're all married to these great rishis.
Okay. And then, well, there is some interesting verse in Manu Samhita that explains that if a woman has just one son, she's considered barren. So, 8 daughters, now I'm speculating here. I'm saying there may be a connection between the concept. What's that? Can you hand Mars the microphone, please?
Now, Kadamba Muni, the condition was that he knew that the Lord would come as an incarnation as his son. So the condition was that he would impregnate his wife, and that when that son came, then he would renounce.
Okay.
So the daughters before, if you read various sages and demigods in marriage, so you understand the condition. I think this addresses Ram Prasad's question. That the condition was just one offspring. It was conditioned that the son that was born, who was going to be the incarnate, that he appeared, then I will renounce. So that was the condition, the full condition.
That was a full condition.
Yeah.
That was all the terms and conditions.
Yeah. It's all in the conditions. You've got to read the fine print.
Yeah. Thank you, Maharaj. Does that answer your question, Ram Prasad Prabhu?
Because there has to be a son to look after.
Devahuti. That's another part. Yeah, she also he was getting ready to leave, right? And then she was feeling disappointed, leave me with somebody, right? And then
She says, you haven't given me fearlessness yet.
Fearlessness, abhayam. And we have His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So we have fearlessness, abhayam. So we're ready to go. But yeah, thank you for bringing that point. She was waiting to get the fearlessness. And then, but Kardama Muni was ready to go even before that child. But it's all a lila, it's all the arrangement of the Lord. Tadvag visargo janataga viplavo yasmin pratishlokam abhavatya api namani anantasya yashon kintaniyat shrinvanti gayanti krinanti sadhavaha. It's the lila of Srimad Bhagavatam because it contains the name, the form, the pastimes, the paraphernalia, the entourage of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus will create a revolution in the lives of the impious civilization. It's heard, it's sung, it's accepted by all men who are thoroughly honest. So it's very interesting. We're hearing all these terms and conditions, but ultimately it's to bring us to the point where we get a revolution in our own lives of transformation. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Are there any other questions or comments or reflections? Yes.
Thank you for the class, Maharaj. On the response, Vishnu's response to Bhrigu Muni's abnormal behavior, is it good example for us to follow? If someone does abnormal activity, should we just tolerate? I'm afraid of being a doormat, and also might not be beneficial to someone who does that offense. So how can you see that Vishnu's response to Bhrigu Muni? Should we take example and tolerate, or for the benefit of someone who commit offense, should we do something? What is your...
So if I understand your question correctly, you're asking about the past time in the beginning. We spoke about Bhrigu Muni, and Bhrigu Muni kicked the chest of Vishnu, and Vishnu responded so tolerantly and so sweetly. And you're asking, should we take that example? So it depends upon time, place, and circumstance. We want to do the best for everyone. We want to act in a way that's beneficial to others. And in this case, Vishnu's response was beneficial because it enabled Bhrigu Muni to identify Vishnu as the topmost of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Identifying Vishnu as sa gunan samatityaitan, beyond the gunas, beyond the modes, and pavitram, completely pure. So in this way, because of Vishnu's reaction, he could be identified as the supreme amongst that Trinity. So what about us? If someone comes and kicks us in the chest, should we say, "Oh, my dear Brahmana, Brahmini, you may have hurt your foot. Let me massage your foot. And please have a seat. And now my body has been sanctified by the holy dust of your feet." So should we also say that? I'd say it depends, time, place, circumstance. Who is it? That's the main thing. Who have we been kicked by? There's a nice lila in Chaitanya Charitamrita where Shivananda's saying, it's his job to take the devotees to Puri. He arranges accommodation, he arranges prasadam, he arranges transportation, the boats and everything. And one day he did not arrange proper facility for Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu got very angry. And what did Nityananda Prabhu do to Shivananda Sain? Same thing like Bhrigu did to Vishnu. Nityananda Prabhu, he kicked Shivananda Sain. And Shivananda Sain's son got very angry. Why you're kicking my father? But Shivananda Sain was in ecstasy. Oh, I have been kicked by Lord Nityananda. And Shivananda Sain also exhibited that quality. Tranadapi sunichena tororapi sahishnuna amanina manadena. So it depends, time, place, circumstance. We do see other events where devotees are responding like this. And even Haridas Thakur, he was getting whipped and caned in 22 marketplaces. They were beating him and beating him and beating him. And he never protested. And he just kept chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That being said, our bodies belong to Krishna. Our bodies don't belong to us. So if our bodies are in danger of being damaged, then we should protect our bodies. Don't let someone just continuously kick us and break some bones. So we should protect ourselves. Yes, that's another point Ramai Maharaj is making. Lakshmi was very upset that Brigu kicked him. And she can I hand this mic to Mars? Okay. So she cursed Brigu. She said, may all the brahmanas never have wealth. And there we see what's happening. Although some versions of the story also say that those who worship Vishnu, they will have wealth. So we do see some brahmanas are wealthy. Advaita Acharya was also pretty well off, had a lot of donations. And Govardhana Majjamadar, Hiranya Majjamadar, Raghunath Das's relatives had a lot of money also. But be careful, if we offend Vaishnavas, then Lakshmi Devi and other personalities will become very, very angry. So we'll stop here. Thank you so much for your kind attention and participation this morning. So much grateful to all of you. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.